I want to just real quick talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. Big juicy booty AOC. You know who she is. We all know who she is. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to say anything about her politics, okay? I don't know that much about her politics. I think I probably disagree with her on a lot of things. I might also agree with her on some things, but that's not what this is about. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about AOC and some recent comments she made about one of her political rivals, I guess you could say, a guy named Stephen Miller. I also don't know much about that guy. So, I'm not talking about politics, but here's the thing. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, big old juicy booty and everything, she recently made some comments where she did a bit of body shaming. She did a bit of body shaming, and basically she was criticizing Stephen Miller by making fun of him for being short. Let's see what she said.
Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible. Like, laugh at them.
So, as it turns out, I guess Stephen Miller's not even that short. He's actually 5'10", according to sources I've seen online. And AOC did later clarify that, she wasn't actually criticizing him for his physical stature. What she actually meant was, well, let's see what she said about that.
I want to express my love for the short king community. I don't believe in body shaming. I am talking about how big or small someone is on the inside. Like, for example, I have no idea how tall Andrew Tate is. No idea at all. But that guy looks to me like 5'3", like 5'3", 5'4". Whereas physically, men of smaller stature can come across, they are spiritually 6 foot. If you're a good dad, if you stand with women, if you're not belittling immigrants, you're like, 6'3" spiritually. I don't know. Am I being problematic?
So she's saying that she wasn't criticizing him for his actual height. And in fact, she loves her short kings. She has no problem whatsoever with a man of shorter stature. She has no problem with a man being short. And it's so crazy to hear her talking out the side of her mouth like this. I mean, just think about what she actually just said. She's saying that she was talking about him spiritually, or the way that he acts. He acts like a short guy. So, mentally he's short. And she goes on to say, that a guy that's actually short, if he's a good father and, he has the right politics or whatever, then even if a guy is actually short in his physical stature, then she would view that guy as being tall, like 6 foot or 6'3" or whatever. So she's still saying that short is bad and tall is good. Even when she's trying to somewhat apologize or, make excuses for what she said, she still can't help but reveal that tall good and short bad. Short man, icky and gross. Tall man, beautiful. Tall man, great. Tall man is a good guy. Short man is a bad guy. And I don't know, some of y'all may remember this, some of y'all might not know, but I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Some guy had made some comments about AOC, or he said it to her face, that he talked about her body. He made some I guess you could call them positive comments about her body. But, basically he was harassing her. I think it's fair to say the man was harassing her. But when that happened, this guy, he said, look at that big booty, she looks sexy in that dress. He said something like that. Well, let's see how AOC responded when she was the one being body shamed.
See this guy right there? Right there. When I was walking up, he said, hey, look at that big ass, look at that big juicy booty, this Latina, like whatever, all the bunch of racist, sexist stuff. It's really hard and it's really sad.
AOC tweeted that she wanted to deck the guy, but needed to catch a vote more than a case.
Okay, so clearly she doesn't like it when she's the one having her body talked about, but when she's the one doing it, harassing somebody else, insulting somebody else, just not even for his own body necessarily, but just throwing all short men under the bus. I don't even think that she thinks Stephen Miller is short. She might, it's not clear if she actually thinks he's short or if she had any idea of how tall he is in the first place when she made her comments. But what is clear is that in her mind, being short as a man is so bad that that's like, for her, a go-to insult against any man that she perceives as deserving of being mocked or insulted. She even said, make fun of men for their insecurities. If there's a man you don't like, make fun of his insecurities. Attack him on his insecurities. If a man is short, body shame him. If a man is, doesn't have the right politics, body shame him. Well, listen, Miss Big Booty. Why is it okay for you to body shame men when you don't like them, but when a man talks about your body, when he doesn't like your politics, that's wrong? I don't really know that much about her politics other than this whole hypocrisy here. So for me, when I'm passing judgments on a person like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, for the most part, what I base, how much I like her or dislike her, what I base that on is, I'll Google some pictures of her and I might try and find some d***s. And what I will say is, in some pictures, I don't really like her, but there are some good d***s out there. Nobody should ever look those up. And the other thing I will say is that in some pictures, I do like her. In some ways, in some areas, I think, I'll just say, I think her political views, especially her two front-facing political views, I think are very juicy, very juicy. And I do like that about her. Now, she has some other front-facing political views, facially speaking, that are okay. Not the best. Not the best. I've seen better faces, politically speaking. But she's not the worst either. Okay? So overall, when it comes to AOC, Miss Big Booty herself, Big Juicy Booty AOC, I like her. I'm not against her. But the hypocrisy to say that short man is bad, tall man is good. Don't talk about my body. That's evil. That's disgusting. By the way, short men are repugnant. And if I don't like you, I'm going to insult you by saying you're 4'10" or 5'3". I don't know. Am I being problematic right now? You stupid bitch. Yes. It's not problematic. It's just fucking stupid. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. The hypocrisy just on full display, just like your juicy ass political views when you wrap them up in a tight dress that, oh, very professional, by the way. That's very professional. We can walk at Capitol Hill wearing that. Very professional. You're so professional. Just, and I'm a fan of hers. Because like I say, love her political views, especially the two prominent frontward-facing political views of hers, I think are very juicy, and I enjoy it. I like it. I'm a fan of hers. But this hypocrisy has just got me like, excuse me, miss, did you just say that? I literally can't even. I literally can't even with this broad. Now, with that said, I think inside and out, she's absolutely beautiful. And truly catcalling is it's not cool to do that, Say what you will when you're talking to your bros on the construction site and, someone like this, Miss Juicy Booty walks by and it's like, hey, what's up, Ma? But just don't say that to her. Just, you can say it to your bros. Say what you want to your other dudes, your fellow man. That's fine. But don't harass a woman. And don't, what would be even worse? Just imagine if a man went on social media, like did an Instagram live or something, for example, and just started talking about women. Say he wanted to insult a woman who he disagrees with politically. Say he doesn't even know what she looks like. He just heard about something she said, and he wants to insult her. Imagine if a man were to have the audacity to do something like, I don't know, maybe say that she has itty bitty titty energy or something like that. This woman acts like she's got small ass boobies. And she acts like she's upset about her small boobies.
He looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10".
Imagine if a man were to say something like that. Just disgusting. That's disgusting. I hope no man would ever say something like that. Ugh. It's disgusting. And I tell you another thing, any man that would just go on Instagram Live or whatever and say something like that, just body shaming all small boobed women, that is disgusting. First of all, disgusting. To even consider doing something like that. Body shaming women? Disgusting. Second of all, that is just, how could you do that? How could you do that? Because all shapes and sizes of women are beautiful. How could you do that? All women are beautiful. I mean, look, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to put up pictures of two different women on the screen. And these two women are equally beautiful, okay? 1, 2, 3, here we go. Now, to me, leave a comment if you disagree, but to me, this might as well just be the same picture on the screen twice. Because what I'm seeing here on the left, that is beauty incarnate. That's an angel right there. That's a beautiful freaking angel I'm looking at right there in that picture on the left. And over there on the right, same thing. Same thing. Neither one, they're equal. All women are beautiful. They're equal to me. And probably to, okay, like if we took, I mean, like the thing is, if you were to, I don't know, bring science into this and maybe do some measurements, maybe, you put this one on a scale, put the one on the left on top of a scale. You might need like an industrial quality, like how they weigh like 18-wheelers, how they weigh those. You might need one of those for her, but on the left, you know, how whatever kind of scale you need to take your measurements, to make your observations, you know, like objectively, well, I mean, but that doesn't matter. But the thing is, you know, I was saying all that, but when I think about it, you know, that doesn't even matter because both of these women are equally beautiful. And now we're going to look at a picture of a third woman now. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. Okay, now this woman right here is the, well, she's exactly equally as beautiful as the other two women, but juicy. The only thing that could make me not love, just want to squeeze the juice out of this woman right now that we're looking at on the screen. And I don't know who this is, by the way. That could be anybody. I don't know. I don't know who that is. She's quite juicy though, equally as much as any other woman. And I love her. And I can just tell from looking at her that her political views are probably, you know, definitely not hypocritical. There's no way a woman an angel rather, that is this beautiful could ever have a hypocritical view. And, you know, what an absolute retarded broad. What a, I don't want to use language like that. What an absolute ignorant woman. What an ignorant woman. What an ignorant woman. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, ignorant. You are an ignorant woman. And I don't mean that in a sexist way, you know. Women are, you know, I'm saying you are an ignorant individual human, okay? And it's disgusting, the comments that you make about men's height, okay? Some men are short. They can't help it. You may not be attracted to them, you shallow B word. I'll just say it, you shallow B word. I said it. That's what you are. B for beautiful, by the way. How dare you? How dare you? And it's not that I don't care about body shaming. You're making fun of short guys, ha ha ha, whatever, I don't really care. But it's the fact that you want to act like it's disgusting when a man talks about your body, and then you just go and say all short men are disgusting. And you didn't have to use exactly those words, you know. The people aren't stupid. Everybody that hears what you said knows exactly what you said. And then the little video you made with you giving your stupid excuses about how you were talking about him being mentally or like spiritually short, and how a guy that's a good guy is spiritually tall and a guy that sucks is spiritually short. Well, you moron, you're still saying short is bad and tall is good. So how the fuck does that make any sense? How does that make you look better? Democrat? More like demon-crat, am I right? I mean, this broad right here, like, and by the way, when I call her a broad, I'm saying this broadly beautiful. It's broad means beautiful. We all know that, you know. We don't have to clarify. But I love women, by the way. It's not just that I love women, but that I respect them. I respect women a whole lot. I respect women a whole lot. Okay? Especially the juicy ones. Now, and when I say juicy, I'm talking about that brain. I'm talking about that brain juice, okay? So let's not get it twisted. Okay, let's not get confused about what I'm saying. I'm saying that mentally, I love a woman that's just spiritually stacked with a big juicy ass and big titties, spiritually speaking. I love a woman that's got that slim waist and a big fat juicy ass and big hanging fat fucking knockers, spiritually speaking. I'm talking about mentally speaking. talking about a woman's inner beauty, okay? Focus. YouTube, don't demonetize this. I'm talking about what's on the inside. I could care less, you know. I'm basically blind when it comes to seeing women. The only thing I see about a woman is how big her fucking tits are mentally, spiritually. Because if a woman has good politics, that's a big booby politics. That means her brain's big boobied. Okay? I love a big boobied brain. You better believe I love a big boobied brain. Okay? You better believe it. And you also better believe if a woman is, you know, maybe like Republican or something, I don't know, fat. If a woman is, you know, maybe she's like, I don't know, disagrees with me on stuff, then flat-chested. Mentally speaking, if a woman, you know, if she has the wrong views, then spiritually, I'm just saying spiritually, mentally, that is a woman with that's a woman that's flat, just flat-chested, spiritually. Okay, I'm not shaming bodies here. I'm not shaming women for the way that their body looks. I'm saying, but if a bitch be all like flat-chested, like a fucking 2x4, like a goddamn plank of wood, I'm just saying that's like spiritually speaking, if she be like that. Spiritually, that's when I have a physically I love them all. I love a woman that's ugly as shit physically. I love that because inner beauty is all that matters. So if a woman is absolutely dog ugly as sin, that isn't even something that registers to me. All I can tell is what is her cup size mentally? You know what I'm talking about? What is the cup size of her brain? You know, do her brain be filling out the sundress? You know, because that's all I'm talking about. You know, flat, flabby ass, just like big love handles, ugly face, fucked up teeth. I don't even care. I don't care. Because as long as she agrees that, you know, I don't know, if she agrees with me on immigration policies, then you already know, slim waist, fat ass, big tits, mentally. And that's all I care about is mentally, how a woman is spiritually, how big boobited a woman is spiritually. That's all I care about when it comes to, and I'm not talking about attraction here. I'm just talking about a woman's value as a human being spiritually. If she agrees with me, that's big booby value. That's big booby brain, big booby mentality. If she agrees. If she disagrees with me, fat cow. Fat cow. If she disagrees with me, flat-chested, fat cow, ugly as shit, dog face. Spiritually. So, you know, I don't see any hypocrisy whatsoever in what AOC said. And, you know, I applaud her. I think her brain's boobies are bigger than her body's boobies. And the brain boobies are the ones that, you better believe it, that's the ones that I care about. You know, so, you know what? Tell you what, it's near the end of the day right now when I'm recording this. I'm just going to go on ahead. I'm going to just get in the shower. And when I'm in there, I actually, you know, I just recently got a waterproof case for my phone. So I'm going to take my phone in the shower with me and I'm going to look at some images. I'm going to look at some images of a certain woman that has very just juicy, you know, all the right parts of her are juicy, spiritually speaking, because she's a feminist and she's brave. And that's all that matters to me. So I'm just going to, you know what? I'm not even going to bring my phone. I'm going to get in the shower. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to think about progressive politics. Because progressive politics are more better and attractive to me than any pair of breasts I could even imagine. And that's just facts. So go ahead, click like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I don't care. But seriously, the hypocrisy is just, I'm against all forms of body shaming, and I don't really think it's cool. Well, I'm against hypocrisy. I don't really care about body shaming. But I don't think harassing people, that's not good. Don't harass people. And, these are just my opinions, man. So if you didn't like it, then your brain has small titties. What can I say? It is what it is. Thank you for watching.